Hello guys and welcome to Indian Eng Gaming and welcome back to Gold Mining Simulator Leaderboard Season 35. Now just a little couple of things before we get started. If you have been watching my previous streams in this playlist, you'll know that I had some issues with my PC. Now those issues might still be in play. I have replaced my motherboard. But there is still a chance that it will happen again. We won't know until it either does it or it doesn't, basically.
They will all worship me!
In with the kamikaze, welcome, dude, welcome. In with the jump scare straight away. Basically, if it's not the motherboard, it's the power supply unit. Now, I have managed to dig out my old 600 watt, and if it's not the motherboard, then I can swap that out and go with my old graphics card as a backup. So we're just going to have to wait and see, okay? But until that moment, let's just carry on as if it's fixed. Hey, indeed, glad you're back. Thank you, Cowboy. Hey, Kamikaze, yo. Oh, another thing, I do have a bit of a cold at the moment. I've got all the usual symptoms, headache, sore throat, sneezes and coughing fits. So I might be muting quite a bit if any of those sneezes or coughing fits happen. I've been off the air for too long. I don't want to postpone it just because of a cold. Hopefully it won't happen. Yeah, fingers crossed. I went for the motherboard because I do have the backup power supply unit. So it was either going to be one or the other. And if I replaced the power supply unit and it turns out to be the motherboard, I had no backup. I would have had to have waited until I could afford to replace the motherboard as well. So at least this way, if it's not the motherboard, I should be able to jump straight back in after swapping out everything. So let's take a look at the leaderboard. I am well and truly behind, having not played for the last 5-6 days, something stupid like that. I've put in about, so my max gold total there, I've put in about somewhere along the lines of half of that today. I'm still on the starter claim. I do have all my workers now. All maxed out. You know what? I need to adjust some sounds here. I could have kept trying to play. I could have kept trying to play. But problem is, one of the times it crashed, it actually reset all my settings, and that got me kind of a little paranoid about trying to play. So I stopped playing this until at least I think it might be fixed. I am, what? Let's see. 32,000 away. No, wrong one. 62,000 away from a top 10 in max. I think my best bet at this point is to try for a seasonal total. That's what I'm doing. So I've got max level workers on everything. I did continue with the no renting. I managed to, with the help of a loan, I purchased a claim earlier today. Not in-game day, real life day. And I also managed to upgrade from a mixture. I had tier 3 jigs, tier 4 shaker, and tier 5 trommel. But now it's all tier 5. And what else? I own the claim. I said that already. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This is the starter area, like I said. I've got about 500k left on my loan. But with no renting, anything. You know, my outgoings are pretty small, apart from the loan. So I'm going to finish up these highlighted squares here to get enough money to reset the map to do a proper open pit and maybe try and get some francs in as well. That's the plan. The PC has not, like I said, not crashed on me or anything since I installed the motherboard yesterday. I've actually been on this game most of today, but I'm a lot slower with this kind of digging method, as you guys know. And because I'm kind of on a time crunch, that's why I'm grabbing from the bottom as well. I'm not really stepping it down too much right now. I'm just going for that combination of speed and money. Right, speed is in getting the claim done. It is nice to be back though, guys. I'm moving on over. I don't have the instant refuel yet, simply because I don't have enough machines on claim. I got the workers for enough machines to do it, but I just don't have enough machines on claim to do it. Okay, that reach is fine. In fact, probably move it forwards a little bit. Oh, so much slower. I miss my francs. Azad must be happy. Where is he? 21,000 versus my 7 on the seasonal. And 24,000 versus my 10. I don't think he's ever spent this much time ahead of me. On the plus side, though, not being able to play this for fear of damaging the save, I was able to check out the new DLC for Planet Crafter. It's looking pretty nice. It's a bit accelerated, I found. Like, there's blueprint chips everywhere. And you kind of get ores a lot easier too. Sorry. Is that 98? Yeah, I'll do another full scoop, sod it. All done. I will be going with the Halloween skin on everything that I can. Just, I mean, everyone's doing it, of course they are. But some of them, I mean, look at those claw marks at the back. They look pretty nice. They've done a good job with this skin. I wonder if they're going to be perma unlocked. Or any other save won't have them. Like outside of the event. I haven't actually looked at the proper leaderboard stats yet. I only looked at where I am versus where I need to get to, but Karma's back this leaderboard. Gagira, Cass. Hold on. Okay, I see. Oh no. I thought, okay. Oh, there he is. Okay. Okay. I know who these two are. Who am I thinking then, if not Karma? There was someone with a similar name. Everyone's just randomly changing their names at the moment. Oh no, okay. No, Karma is Karma. Okay, no, I know what I'm looking at now. I don't want to give away who's who. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. I don't know why they'll be changing their names, so... You know, I've got a tier 3 what's it called? A tier 3 overseer. And I've also got 30, I think 31% at this point, secondary overseer. There was just one that applied randomly. And not too long ago, I had a bear attack a cable and a person. But what the hell? Thankfully, the person that got attacked was just a mechanic. Got loads of those. But when I looked around at the cable... Oh, wait a minute. I couldn't find the cable itself. Like, I went round my 2 power boxes. Do I have any left up here? Ah, ha 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 ha. No, it's neither of these. I honestly don't know where the power cable is then. It got attacked. How's my fuel? Yeah, that needs attending. So the plan, like I said, I'm going to use the gold from these squares here that I've got highlighted to reset, to get a better map, to open pit, to earn enough to get a really good map, potentially, and get my Frankensteins in as well. That way, I can get my seasonal run done in time. We got what, 2.5 to 3 weeks left, something stupid like that. What's the end date? Does anyone know off the top of their heads? My bad. So I had to mute, so I was only one-handed swiveling at the time. Oh, I'm full. Oops, come on. Thank you. What was the question about the end date? What do you know how much time is left? I didn't pay attention when I loaded up the game. You're not 2 secs, guys. I think the paracetamol I took earlier are wearing off. I'm going to take another couple just to try and drive back some of these symptoms a little bit. Make it a little easier on myself. Uh, 21 days, 4 hours and 34 minutes. So we've got 3 weeks, but I thought it was... Shouldn't that have been 21 days, 3 hours and 34 minutes? Because it usually ends at 11 my time. Oh no, wait. Yeah. It should say 3 hours 34. Unless they've changed it. But thank you. I've got 3 weeks to try and get my seasonal done. So between what I did try, but in a very small way during the issues, and then the not gaming, I've probably lost like a week and a half. Or something close to. So it's 3 weeks today. Because it normally ends on a Sunday. I know the floor's not exactly even. I've had a couple of... I've spilt a node here or there, but most of it is simply due to the terrain that I'm on. If I'm not on level terrain, of course the reach is not going to be level all the way across, is it? But I think I've done pretty well considering. Yeah, no, it ends at the same time for everybody. When it ends for me, it'll end for you as well. And it usually ends at the time that I normally stop my stream. It's actually quite funny. The leaderboard starts around the time I get in from work. Like literally I'm stepping through the door as it starts. And it normally ends at the end of my live stream. Like a minute before my normal live stream end point. If at any point, guys, I do forget to mute or don't mute properly when I'm having a cough or sneezing little fit, I do apologise. I'll try and catch them all. One more truck. Yes, 3 weeks at the end. 3 weeks today because they normally stop on a Sunday. So when that timer hits, when the hours and minutes side of that timer hits 0, it's exactly 3 days, 3 weeks from that point. I cannot wait to have my Franks back. I mean, in all honesty, I can probably afford one in a minute. But that was an early swap. I don't want to waste the claim reset money. I've been told that the resets are pretty bad, this leaderboard. They're all swapping really, really, really early. And the sluice grate won't get done until this truck gets delivered. Maybe I'll fill it up and clean it out. Right, max it out capacity wise. I mean, not the jigs, of course, that doesn't really matter. We can just grab the bucket from that, but the sluice grate and the mats. What are we at? 87%. No, close enough. Hey Azad, how you doing, dude? Thank you. Good to be back. Hopefully my PC will be okay. There's still a chance it was the power supply unit, and we won't know until it either crashes or it doesn't. Congratulations though, dude. This must be the longest time you've been ahead of me on the leaderboard. Did I leave this running? Not all of it. Okay. Let's shut that off. Water should stop. There we go. I know, right? And thank you. What do you mean by PB? Oh, personal best. Oh, nice, dude, nice. I mean, I'm catching you up. Hazard, I have to ask. ID10T. What does it mean? I'd 10 ton season? Make them all letters. Idiot? Idiot season. You went elitist. I get you. I can normally read elitist and everything, but it's the fact that you've gone some capital, some not capital. As if, like, you were trying to separate words. Hold on. No, okay. I thought I left the lights on. Oh, it's just you being you. Okay. That's all good. Did you manage to look at that little clip I linked you to in Discord, Azad? Volatile. You're not too far behind. What's your name? He did. Funny. And yes, only in Australia. Basically, guys, I found a little clip in Australia of some Australians. Basically, there was a little baby kangaroo in their front garden. So one of them come out in a full body kangaroo suit, crouch down, and let the kangaroo climb into its pouch, into the costume's pouch. It's alright, dude. I have notifications turned off on my phone, or at least the sounds for them anyway. I do now, yes. This morning I didn't. This morning I was running a D-Rocker, a tier 5 trommel, and tier 3 jigs. And I didn't own a claim either. So today apart from going out into town when I needed to, I now own the claim and I'm at all tier 5. The only thing I'm missing is my franks. And I'm still going with the no rent, even though I'm behind. I mean, this is still the first claim you get. Oh, you're 42nd, I missed that bit. Oh, okay, I can't see it. I couldn't really play for basically a week because of PC issues. Yeah, it's not so bad. See, when you've got the 45%, what you need to do, and whilst it doesn't exactly make up for the difference, but it still helps at least a little bit, sell magnetite. The amount of magnetite you get on this claim, you get like 70 grand for every 10,000 ounces of magnetite. It helps reduce the losses due to rent. A basic one swap clean out can usually average you something along the lines of 2.5 buckets of magnetite. That's 140 to 175,000 roughly. Oh no, wait, I'm assuming a bucket is 10,000 ounces of magnetite. I can't remember how much a bucket is worth. Now you're asking. Are you talking done or won? See, I didn't start playing till around, I think it was the 6th leaderboard. That was me poking my head in, seeing what it, you know, how it looks. Only 6,000 ounces, so you know. Then I think I tried properly here. No, maybe not. I know it was around the 10th I started playing properly, because that's when they added in the drilling nuggets. So, properly attempted, sorry, I had a sneeze then. Properly attempted, here we go. 10th, I got 7th place. 8th, this is just on the max. I think I... Okay, didn't make the seasonal on the first proper attempt. Second one I did. Then I took a leaderboard off, so that's 2 so far. 3. Took 1 off. Took 2 off. 4. Took off. I used to do that. I used to play 1, take 1 off. 5. Didn't actually make it on this one. almost made it on seasonal. No, I didn't play that one. Six. Seven. 8. I didn't make this one. Again, almost on seasonal. Then I don't think I played till 30. That one I started 2 weeks late. But it was quite an easy leaderboard. This particular one. So this is 9. 10. 11. Made it on the seasonal. 12. 13. And then this one. So not including this one, I've played 13 and won 11. Hey Russia, how you doing, dude? Welcome back. 13 seasons, still can't use a dump truck. Screw you, dude. I would jump into the chat, but I don't know how many other people are streaming, and I've got a bit of a head cold at the moment, so it's easier to just mute one stream, one button, you know, for my stream, than try and get the Discord and my stream mute buttons for when I sneeze or cough fit. Well, I mean, so far no issues since the replacement of the motherboard. Still doesn't technically mean anything yet. We just got to wait and see. Yeah, I hear you and Billy Bob. I can see Billy Bob come over here, but I hear that you and Billy Bob come over to to the DLC side. Cass told me earlier. No? Oh, you said you and Billy Bob. So you haven't, but Billy Bob has. Okay. Oh, so you are in here then? I just can't see you yet. $226 currently. Look at that. I said, not only are you beating me at the moment, but you're beating Rasha too. I highly doubt I'm going to make the max gold. I'm probably only going to be able to make a seasonal, and even that's going to be a tough ride for me this time round after all these issues. And Old Man as well. In Old Man's defense, he's been playing the new Planet Crafter DLC. I mean, at least these PC issues gave me a chance to both play that and that MMO that I was talking about, that free to play one that Amazon made. No excuses. There is no, I mean, it's not an excuse, it's a reason for me. I mean, I was at 5k earned total this morning. Like I said, I had to go into town. I don't drive, so no, have to walk it and everything. And I'm slow with a dump truck, so I'm catching you up quite quickly. He's very big on the Planet Crafter, and like I said, they introduced a new DLC with a whole new planet. I think they've actually made it a lot easier, personally. Like, it's a lot easier to get all the ores. There's a different way of getting them, but you end up with so many of them. And the blueprint chips are everywhere. Why? So he said, yes, you are, and I expect you to beat me. Right? What context was you thinking that then forced you to add in the game, I mean? I don't know what position Azad is, but he has 24,000 ounces in max. The Billy Bob incident. You're just covering all bases. Sorry, had to mute again. Was just behind Billy Bob on the leaderboard. Well, like I said, congratulations, dude. You know, that's your personal best, like you said. I mean, if you haven't got the time to compete, that's what you need to do. That's your best way of playing it, isn't it? Is just try to beat your own score each time. And eventually, you'll be surprised at what you get. Now that you are in front of Billy Bob, look over your shoulder and don't pick up anything you drop. I'll tell you what, hold on. No, not that. Here, I just posted something in You're Not Meant for Work aimed at Billy Bob. Posted something for Billy Bob in Rash's Not Meant for Work Discord. Can't say what it is. To be fair, Volatile, he's just come over from non-DLC. Like, apparently there's no competition over there or something. That's what Azad sees when he looks back now, and he's ahead of Billy Bob. It's like that's the nightmare I have after that picture, is that thing chasing me. No competition over there because you're over here. $13K on non-DLC. Figured a week head start on DLC was enough for everyone. Well, look, what was it? Season 30. I started 2 weeks late and managed the top 10. You had to make it weird, didn't you, Volatile? You're gonna grind today until I feel your breath on my neck. Look, I tell you what, pick one. You can either grind on me or breathe on me. Not both. Now it's a party. I just imagine him coming up and start like dry humping my leg. It's like get a spray bottle. Bad dog. Yell for my daughter to get a newspaper. You're an army vet, it always gets weird. You're an Aussie. Enough said. Rasha can even jump on the... Oh, come on. That's a bad joke even for me. $53, so this will be 72. Oh, I have some pretty decent dad jokes. I'm one of the make them up on the fly ones. I got good comedic timing with dad jokes. You know, I can give some really bad groaners, but the timing makes people laugh. So, what do we reckon, guys? So, when my PC kept going through its issues, sometimes it would happen. I think the worst one was it happened somewhere between 10 and 15 times in the space of 3-4 hours. But I think the longest it went was maybe 3 days before it did the random shutdown thing. So, how many days without incident are we prepared to look at to assume, okay, yes, it's going to work now? Give me a sub. Thank you very much, dude. Appreciate it. Sorry it didn't pop up. I don't always. It's annoying. Or was you the one at the very beginning? I lost track. Hold on, let me scroll up. No, that was Kamikaze.
They will all worship me!
Crap! That one got me. That one was really delayed. Oh. Oh, thank you very much, dude. Really appreciate it. That reminds me, now that I'm not trying to sort out my PC, I need to get that donation one up and running again. For some reason, they changed things on... that one really did get me. They changed things on Streamlabs. So I need to try and get my donation thing up and running again. The link works, I just don't get the pop-ups. The annoying thing is I'm going to have to go through an old stream that has a donator link on it to re-get... I think they deleted my soundbite and picture that was uploaded for it. So I might have to go through an old stream and recapture it. I mean, the Prinny, I can get that anywhere. I can just, you know, search that up. It's the voice clip I need. The Prinny being the purple penguin. Oh, yeah. No, I use OBS as well. But I use Streamlabs for the pop-ups and things like that. For the alerts, basically. It's harder to do all that sort of stuff on YouTube than it is on Twitch. Twitch is set up for it from the off. I don't know why I decided to go like this. This is like a really long reach around. And it's times like this when I say things like that, I'm glad Billy Bob's not here. Of course you would laugh at that, Hazard. I can hear his future comeback. But somewhere on his farm, his ears are just pricked up. He's like, what goddamn reach around? I think I need one more truck after this one. Yeah. This will be 91%. Let's actually be a little bit smarter here. Can't believe you gave me your cold rusher. How dare you? This is like my first cold in about 2 years. I don't get them very often anymore. I reach around with warm breath on your neck being ground on front, behind. Fellas, I believe we have a party. That's what we call a fun time. BYOB. Or up to you, dude. Up to you. I mean, it's still BYOB. Rather than bring your own beer, bring your own bong. In your case. I hate using the thumb, but it's necessary. If you're trying to move the bucket fast, you need to be able to shut a lid on it. I was afraid that was going to get stuck for a second then. Well, this isn't how I usually mine. I mean, I get what you're saying. You know, it's nice seeing different people's ways of doing it, but this isn't my usual routine. I normally open pit with a line of Franks, and last season I actually had was testing out 2 lines of Franks. And I'm going to continue doing that this leaderboard, I think, for my seasonal attempt. It's alright, we're waiting for the sluice box to fill up. I'm maxing it all out. Even it up. It's got way too out of sync. You have a canyon cut into mine. So basically, what I usually do for my open pit would be something like, if I did I would have done it if it wasn't so deep to get to the gold. I did mine that row out, so it would have been there. For the starting map, I didn't want to do all this, especially on a no rent. But I would usually... Actually, no, that's not quite where. As annoying as it would be... Oh, actually, do you know what I might have done? I don't know. But usually, I dig out something like that. All of that would get removed. That's weird, just hearing the water. That is so weird. Right. Let's start emptying this out. So this is 2 swaps. And mine got reset completely during one of my crashes. All my settings got reset to default. Which is when I then stopped playing. Because I didn't want it to screw up my save. No water, no power. Oh, voila. Just to confirm, this idea does work. This one is hooked into here. So that does work. Turning on the power, so having it into one of these and then out again, and then into obviously all the little tables and everything. Turning on the power will tell it to yes or no drain from the water tower. Yeah, it does work. Dapper's idea does work. I was actually doing it with both when I was on the D-Rocker. I didn't have my water tower at that point. Both were feeding into the D-Rocker. Then when I did buy the water tower, I had them both pumping out of it like that. It's just a little extra less drain on the water tower, you know? It's like right now it should actually be filling up. Oh, apparently not. Well, that's got to be a bug. There's no way that lot that's only taking 26 gallons and that's putting in 53. So that should be filling up, not draining. Oh, it's because of that. Okay. I had my wash plant turned on still. Yeah, basically using the pump like an on-off valve. If I turn the power off, so water in the tables there, water's gone. Water's back. And this was Dapper that had the idea. I did an initial test at some point or other, and I put it into play properly, this leaderboard. You can't do it, of course, with the Glacier Creek. So, basically volatile, that's what it's taking. It can take up to 58 out of that. Now that's not enough to run the Glacier Creek. So the Glacier Creek has to be fed directly from the water tower. But this is enough to run another 4 tables on top of this. You can't reverse connect them. So you can split a large into two reds, but you can't just do, say, 2 reds into 1 large. And at the same time, you can't put 2 of these together into one. I find it stupid because these hoses take a lot less water than these ones. So I don't see how that one feeds Glacier Creek, whereas that machine can't feed it. We'll take a look at that in a minute, actually. We'll turn the water back on for the plant, and we'll take a look at what it can and can't get out of the hose. Yeah, but if it's coming out, it may be all about water pressure on the red ones, but if it's coming out of the water tower, or even being forced out of the water tower by the pump, it should still be good, because the hoses should still be pressurized. Not exactly going far. I'd like to see 2,000 ounces in total here before I put these 2 buckets in. Oh, it's not quite, but almost. I suppose though, if I add these 2 buckets in, it's still part of the same clean out, isn't it? They just swapped early. I will catch up with the chat in a second here, guys. Bear with me. We're looking at an 18.5. Sorry, an 8.5. 850. No. Hold on. 950 ounces per swap. That's not bad. Right. Oh, okay. I have Glacier Creek and entire wash plant hooked up to your tower. I just use electric pump to mitigate the drain when returning. Yeah, basically. In fact, if you put up one of these on the input and the small one as well, go electric so you can just plug them into the power gen. So if you have this one and this one in use, whilst that one is on, it's almost no drain. It takes forever to slow it down. Red hose handles the Glacier Creek, but not on one pump. Going to take 3 connectors and some hoses to make 2 blue hoses feeding to one. What's the tower provides enough pressure to run it all? Yeah, I know it does, but I'd like to be able to turn it off and on at will. Just from these, without having to run all the way over there. $63 gallons. This is all about the distance, these numbers. Oh, I get it. I see, yeah. Oh, well. Right, just making sure everything is good. Put all those back. Yes, I did. Need to return these buckets up here. Oh, wait. Did I do all of them? These all left over from when I had, like, the tier 3 jigs. Coming up. Yeah, I did clean out everything. My quick swap takes me usually, so when I got all my Franks and everything and I need to teleport somewhere quickly, I usually got a machine, the first teleport to machine, sitting over there by my power box. So if my plant is filled up for some reason, I can quickly get there. Oh, I should have fueled this up. I meant to. And while it is, I'm going to quickly run to the toilet. I've been knocking back God knows how many drinks today to try and keep my throat from getting too sore. I will be right back. Right, I'm back. Grab that. I remember rightly, my I might have left my excavator with a hose in it. Like it was being, I left it being fueled up. I need to remember to remove that. I mean, my mechanics can deal with it, but yeah, it's still in there. Anthony, hello. New to the game and looking for tips. I hear people talk about resetting the claim. How would you do this? Well, you need $1 million at least in the bank. A minimum of $1 million in the bank. Go to the tablet. I'll show you in a second. Give me a moment to get this in place. There we go. You can either do it in town or here. It's easier here. So we're on Nighthawk. So you go over to Nighthawk. And then you got that red button there saying reset. You can either press L3. And it says, do you want to? Cost you $1 million. Or if you're using mouse, you just obviously click on it. If you got more and enough to do it, it's easier to buy the drill squares than drilling it manually. It's a lot faster, but it costs 15,000 for 20 squares. Now, sometimes these squares will be squares that they've already drilled for you. So, you know, sometimes you're multiple drilling. I mean, when I push these walls back as far as these back 4 squares here, I'm going to be resetting my claim. Be getting a different gold map. Around 110, 120 on the leaderboard. I mean, if you're new to the game, you know, that's not too bad. Most people, if you're not used to how it's done and everything, your best bet, earn some money. I mean, I couldn't play for like a week, so I'm going to have to do the same here. Earn some money. Find yourself a really large... a new gold map that has a really large, rich gold patch on it. Like, the bigger the better, and the richer the better. So you're looking at... You want at least 3,000 ounces per square, near enough. If you find some 4,000 ounce squares, fantastic. But they're rare. Then prep it, get it all ready, get it all set up. Then skip to the end of the year. And then start mining on day 1. You might have to rip the ground using the dozer because it's frozen ground on the first day. But the seasonal total here is based upon how much you can earn within an in-game year. And that's your best bet. Are you on the DLC or the non-DLC board? You're on DLC. I always play DLC, so I don't really know. But Rasha, for new players, would it be better to play the non-DLC on leaderboards before progressing to DLC? Or does it not really matter with the players that are on even normally? Non-DLC would be best. So if you want to practice and be within a chance of getting a better chance of getting skins, then maybe try some non-DLCs first or something. Right. I can tell you what you're missing. The lack of sleep that they get. I mean, let's see. I usually make it onto a leaderboard at some point or another. But I don't go anywhere near as hard. I didn't quite make that one, but I did make the seasonal. I don't go as hard as these other guys do. And I do work as well, so I'm not saying none of them work. Some of them do, but they all kind of live on like 3-4 hours worth sleep a night, if that. Learn the basics, better chance of top 10, and then apply what you learn to inflated. Yeah, absolutely. So what a lot of us do, Anthony, I'm guessing you don't have all your worker on every machine at 70% plus. A lot of us get our workers ready before we have a serious run at any kind of total. We normally do that by skipping time. Like, we get them... Depends on who you ask. Some people rent a machine, skip time until they get the worker for that machine, then send it back. Me, I get the cheapest item that you can assign them to, which is a Hogpan Sluice box. Skip time until I've got enough, leveling them up as I go. And then when I've got enough workers, I retrain them. Yeah, for me, it's probably more the technique that I use for my personally. I mean, I'm a little bit different. I think we all know this than everyone else. My technique is definitely a bit different. But we're not going to go too far into that now. Retrain volatile like this, look. So I've still got a bunch of workers on the Hogpan Sluice, right? They are at 70%. So I can level them up to 30, to tier 3. By keeping them at tier 2 70, they're costing you less. Then the level up button becomes a retrain button, and you can retrain them to whatever you want. And it costs you a bit of cash, depending on what you want them to be. But if you're skipping time to level them up, The Hogpan Sluice box will give you the smallest amount of outgoings. Like whilst you're skipping time, like your daily staff costs will be as small as possible if you're doing it the way I do it. Yeah, you need to get them to set level to 70% before you can upgrade them to tier 3. As soon as they're tier 3, it doesn't matter what percent, as long as they're tier 3, which is 70% or more, you can retrain them to whatever. If you were to retrain someone who's above 70%, anywhere from 71 to 100%, and you retrain them, that retrained worker would drop down to 70% and have to level up that last 30% again. Yeah, that's why I'm already on year 5. Skipping time for workers and cheap equipment as well. Equipment costs you a lot less to rent or buy if you get it on the last day of winter. Last day before, when it says like 1 day to permafrost. Midsummer is when prices, when anything costs you the most in this game. And in fact, on that last, like, 10 days till permafrost, as you're skipping those days down, keep an eye on the deals that pop up. Because if you get something like the Glacier Creek or a Frankenstein or something like that happen in those last 10 days with a discount, you're golden. You know, you're going to want it. Yes, absolutely. In town is cheaper. Basically, say you want to buy your equipment on the last day before permafrost. The prices on the tablet, I believe, are something around whatever the max price will be midsummer. But there'll be that price all year round. I would imagine it's something like a delivery cost. You know? No Amazon Prime on these tablets. Actually, you do. As a... skipping one of my years for workers, I had that glitch. Sorry, couldn't catch that one. Couldn't catch the mute button for that one. I had that glitch where I'd done it too quickly, and then the days started ticking themselves down automatically, and you have to quit the game and come back in and load the autosave to stop it. But it kicked me into... It took me past the last day before winter. And then it moved me to the hotel, and it popped me up with the message saying, you know, you were found out in the cold, yada, yada, yada. If you, basically, I don't think you can skip into it. But if you're out when that midnight, when it ticks over to that midnight, then it will happen. Well, that's not bad, Volatile. I mean, I'm going the no rent challenge, so that's why I didn't have mine earlier. Usually I rent it all pretty much straight away. It is, yeah. But you didn't realise, right? Back in the day, like when I first started doing leaderboards, even before that, when I was playing solo games and such, you were more prone to drive to town. because it used to cost you 200,000 to unlock the fast travel instead of the 20,000 that it is now. I take it you got no mechanics, Anthony. So you're at a breakdown wall. Okay, so rollers don't really matter too much. The rollers on your trommel until you probably get like 3 of them broken. The pumps, if you've got the cash, the pumps on your jigs, it's probably better to go for the reinforced. Because they will degrade so quickly. The buckets on your bucket ladder, to be honest, you don't need them. If you're running a tier 3 jig, a tier 3 shaker, sorry, you actually don't need them because the bucket line will fill up the shaker to 50% from one truck. It fills it up faster than it can empty it, then it can process it. So you can actually, if you were to remove all 4 buckets from that bucket line, it will slow down the speed at which the dirt is put into your shaker, stopping it from overfilling a little bit, and at the same time preventing you from losing money, or having to spend money to replace them. If you're not sure how to remove them on the bucket line, it's just the crowbar. Oh, I can't do it whilst it's working. But yeah, there's 4 of those. I did turn the water back on, right? Yeah. Well, if you put them off, you don't need to worry about the buckets. It's one less breakdown. You don't really need them on the bucket line anyway, unless you've got the D-Rocker or the Glacier Creek. Oh, God. I'll be happy when this cold's gone. Oh, do you know what, Anthony? I'm going to give you one tip. If you don't like, so everyone hates the lightning in this game. Is buying the claim necessary? No, it's not necessary. However, if you buy the claim, you don't pay the 40% royalty rate. Yeah, if you don't have... Okay, that's another thing. Right, okay, so a few different tips going on here. So, right, if you buy the claim, you don't pay rent at the end of each day, like in gold. You get to keep every ounce that you dig up. If you don't have the mechanics, at the end of winter, send all of your vehicles into storage. Then go around every piece of equipment on your wash plant and pull off every piece that you can pull off. So, you know, grab your springs, your hoses, the belt. In my case, the motor here. These hoses. Just pull off all removable parts. And put them in your shed up there. You can leave them in the back of your truck and put your truck in there. If you need to. But you just got to leave them in there. Because when you end the season, anything that's out is going to get damaged heavily because of the cold. Even on these, like the belts and those hoses, those things there, spray bars. And like I said, like I was going to say, everyone in this game hates lightning. When you've got a thunderstorm going on, the likelihood is you're going to pause the game at some point, either like that, or you're going to go into your menu. And it's happened to so many of us so many times during a lightning flash. And even though it pauses the game, the lightning will constantly flash in the background. Won't stop. So if you want to stop the lightning, you'll still hear the thunder, but if you want to stop the lightning, because this is a one that a lot of people don't realise, go to game, go to intense light effects and turn it on. For some reason, on turns them off. Yeah, that's true, Volatile. The buttons on the power gen can't be removed until they are broken already. But, to be honest, that doesn't matter. Even if your buttons are broken on the inside, the turn everything on and turn everything off buttons will still work. So, every single button on your power generator, on your large power generator, could be broken. Completely broken and unusable. But you can still turn everything on and turn everything off with the main outside buttons. You love the lightning, Azad? Well, you're just a freak. It's got to be said. Oh, keep an eye on the tyres on your truck. When the tyres at the front, so the front tyres will degrade faster than your back tyres on your pickup truck because it's a front wheel drive. When your front tyres get to somewhere around 50%, rotate them. Put the front on the back and the back on the front. It will extend their lifespan. If you don't have the mechanics to deal with it. You can find a jack in the shop. No, don't, Azad. Are you laughing about me? That happened to me earlier in the season, like right at the beginning before my PC got really, really bad. I had all 4 of my tyres were broken and I had to crawl my truck to town to get replacements. Because I reset my truck and it randomly glitched out and broke all 4 tyres. You saw it, you couldn't stop laughing. I could not believe that. I literally... Oh my god. That was like the worst. Do you know what though? I'd still rather do that than the walk of shame 4 times. Especially this distance. But I had all 4 of mine go, Anthony. All 4 went on me at once when this happened. Like, it was only my 2nd or 3rd return to the town, like, drive back from town. And I hadn't unlocked the fast travel yet, because I was doing the no rent, which means I hadn't done any drill nuggets yet. And I got near the top of the, just got inside the entrance of the claim, and I couldn't be bothered to drive all the way around to the dirt area. So I reset the truck, and it just broke everything. But yeah, when the front tyres are somewhere around 50%, swap them over with the back tyres. Because the ones on the front will go down a lot faster than the ones on the back. So when they're at 50%, put them on the back and they'll last longer, and you won't have to replace them as quickly. I've only just noticed that. Look, the glass isn't actually in the right position. Or is it? And I'm looking at a different texture. When you're inside, it's fine. And that texture's not there. Huh. Well, no, it's... If you look up, there's a clear gap. And even when you change your position. If you want to go for a little bit of speed as well, when you're using the excavator, so watch the scoop, watch the dirt that comes out of the scoop. You'll see two things. Let me make sure that's over there properly. Yep. You'll see nodes, like little dirt ball nodes, and you'll see grains, right? So the grains are just an animation. The dust is just an animation. So if all of those dirt nodes have already fallen in, you can move the bucket away. And it won't spill. It's not actually losing any dirt. I don't know, dude. I can't. I've moved on from that now. See, you saw some dirt balls bounce out. That's what counts as spillage. The animation of the dirt dust doesn't count. Yeah, we've all had that one, dude. We've all had that issue. I've quite often had my character trying to escape the cougar. I know I'm not digging properly here, guys. I'm just grabbing it from the bottom, but I'm just kind of finishing this claim up as quick as possible to get a better claim that I can actually open pit properly. So I'm just getting enough gold to do a couple of resets, pretty much. Oh, you think that's funny? Have you ever seen my Frankensteins try to breakdance? Or fall over randomly? Literally, I've gotten out of a Frankenstein once and it's just like been like, nope, that's it, and fallen on its side. For no apparent reason. I glitched the hell out of it. I run my Frankenstein so hard that they just like give up. They go crazy. Basically, Anthony, yeah, that's what we do. We gain enough money so that we can reset by. Don't have to fill the entire claim with drills. Buy yourself maybe 10 lots of drill spots. 150k. You might even not need that many. Take a look at the gold map. See if it's what you want. If it looks like it might be okay, buy some more. If drill spots. If not, move on. If after you bought some more drill spots, it's still not what you wanted, then reset again. But I will say one thing. I don't know if anyone else gets this or not. But if I reset my claim, buy some drill spots, it's not what I want. I go back in, I reset my claim, I buy more drill spots. I'm on the same map. It's happened to me a couple of times. So what I do is I go in, I reset my map, buy some drill spots, look at it. If it's not what I want, I come out, I reset, but then I come out again, look at my blank gold map, then go back in and buy the drill spots. It's just a weird glitch that I have had a few times, and it just wastes money. Right, you hate to brag. Okay. You want bragging? At some point, quite some time ago, this was with the old dev team, I managed on Pine Valley to somehow get my excavator sitting on the roof of the equipment shed. Like the big green one. And stop. Reverse. Reverse. Thank you. Back in the day on Pine Valley, machines didn't like to reset. The second they'd land, they would then bounce and go flying. And it literally did a backflip and landed onto the equipment shed. But when it comes, what I'm on about, when I say I ride my Frankensteins hard, I use the Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. Without the innuendos taking off. My Frankensteins get used to the point where this top wheel is separated from this bottom one. That's what normally happens to my Frankensteins. And that's just the simple bit. That's the won't affect anything bit. Ride like the wind, Bullseye. Road hard. No! Not put away wet. You never, ever, ever put wet dirt on a conveyor belt. Have you never watched the show? I mean, damp dirt maybe, but wet, like soap and wet, no, never. Clogs everything up. Oh, okay. Well, I live on a coastal town, so... I mean, like, we've got wildlife preserve areas nearby. Some of them do even have Shetlands, I believe. But that's as close to horses as I've been around, realistically. That's a horrible process pay dirt. I'm so bad when it comes to using a dump truck. So slow. Oh, did Billy Bob look at that thing? Talking of innuendo. No idea. If he has, he hasn't responded. Oh, Anthony, here's something else you don't know about. If you've got 6 vehicles, they can all be the same vehicle, they can all be different vehicles. But if you've got 6 vehicles on your claim, and each one has a tier 3 worker on it, it unlocks the instant refuel. What that means is if your vehicle has a tier 3 worker on it and the fuel runs out completely, you know, down to 0, all you have to do is restart your engine and it's got an instant full tank of fuel. The only thing it doesn't work with is the fuel that on the conveyor belt end of the Frankensteins. The driving part of the Frankensteins, yes, it works, just not the conveyor belt. You just need, like I said, 6 vehicles with a level 3 worker on them, and all that, and that unlocks it. After that, you can just have 1 vehicle on your claim if you want. As long as it's got a level 3 worker on it, it will still do the refuel. I can't remember if the fuel gets taken out of money or your fuel tank or none at all. But you don't have to waste time refueling the engines. Oh, do you want to know about an Easter egg, Anthony? Let's see. Somewhere around this, on this path here, just somewhere around here, just before the main gate, is an outhouse. Go click on its door. It's auto swap everything. I mean, technically speaking, right, so the buckets get swapped here, the buckets get swapped up there, automatic. Technically speaking, I could have a row of mats on these two as well. It's just a lot easier just doing them like this. That was almost a perfect landing. That post got in the way. Oh, Anthony, if you are able to, if you get enough money to be able to do it, skip the planters. You do not want the tier 4 jigs. You want to go for the ones you're using, skip the middle one and go straight to this. The middle ones are really bugged. Okay. Yeah, the buckets don't like to stay put in the tier 4 jigs. That swap was actually done really quickly. It threw me off. I think that was about another 900 ounce clean out. Or swap out. See, usually I don't even go tier 3 or tier 4. I go straight for tier 5, like I rent it all. But I'm really good at maintaining high output costs. Like, I can deal with millions in loans and things like that. Usually, my outgoings, my overhead is something in the 200,000 a day mark, just on equipment alone. Equipment and workers. But obviously I'm doing the no renting challenge, this leaderboard, so couldn't really do that. There is also, by the way, Anthony, another Easter egg on Old Arnold as well. That one's got quite a few different steps to it, not just click on toilet door. You've got to find a shovel on the claim and go and stick it into a fire. I mean, they do nothing for you. It's just an Easter egg. I don't even know if you get an achievement for them. I will give you a hint as to the shovel, because obviously it's a lot of places to look for it. So it's in one of the, I suppose you call them fire watchtowers. But there's multiple fires on the claim, so you have to figure out where it goes. Oh, there's a bug. Going back to the whole resetting the claim thing, Anthony, there's a bug you might need to be aware of. Sometimes when you reset a claim, you can't do everything you need to with the dirt. Like, some of it acts like it's frozen. So when you've reset your claim to what you want it to be, save the game, quit to desktop and come back in. Then it all should be good. It doesn't happen every time. But it's the one time that you forget to do it is when it affects you. So I have to ask Anthony, did you drill for nuggets? on your on this leaderboard? Did you use the drill to get as many nuggets as you can? You can drill multiple times per square. So you can technically drill. Right, so every time you drill, it gives you a random 1 up to 4 drill spots. But you have a potential for 16 per square if you can aim it correctly. But let's say you've gotten everything you can out of this claim. And you still haven't gotten all your drill spots yet. You still haven't gotten all your nuggets yet. Old Arnold only cost 5 grand to rent it. So you can then rent Old Arnold, transfer the drill over, and drill that out as well. You can get something like 400 ounces just from drilling nuggets if you want a boosted start. Or you could get enough to get the small excavator, not the mini, but the small. On this claim, at least, it works. As well as the mobile wash plant. Clear out the hog pan area, because on this claim it's worth quite a bit. And then do the rest of the drilling. And that will give you a nice little boosted amount at the start of the leaderboard. If you know what you're doing between the two, that's enough to rent all of your equipment. Chuck through a few 100 ounces at least. Sell it. Then get all your workers hired. I mean, that's just what a lot of us do. It's, you know, your game, your play style. I'm just giving you some tips and tricks. It's up to you what you do with them. I mean, to be honest, when I first started playing this game, even on a solo game on Old Arnold, I probably restarted over maybe 10 times before I got more than halfway back in the claim. Because I kept finding new ways of doing things, different ways I wanted to dig, different ways that matched my style. So, everyone does it differently to a point. don't think I'm finishing all 4 of these squares tonight. But I'm probably resetting my claim during the day tomorrow. I don't have work tomorrow, so... You're probably coming back to a brand new claim tomorrow. Hey, Billy Bob, how you doing, dude? Did you see? Did you see the GIF I left you in? Not meant for work, not safe for work. It's kind of been a recurring nightmare of mine ever since you sent me a certain picture. So far, since replacing the motherboard, Billy Bob, we've been good. I just have to wait and see if it continues to hold. And if it does, we might be able to come back to... I was saying to Cass earlier, we may be able to come back to Valheim in the off-season again. If you're still interested. Why did you delete the message of you just saying LAMO? I know what it means. Look, this is still my starting claim. I figure give myself a week max to get myself a decent amount of money for resets to get my seasonal claim, and then I've got 2 weeks on top of that to hammer out my seasonal total. Well, I didn't play for like a week pretty much because the last time I was playing this when my PC crashed, it reset all of my in-game settings, and it got me really paranoid about losing my save. But I own the claim. I've got... So this morning, I didn't own the claim. This morning, I had all my workers still. I did have all my workers, but I also only had a tier 2 shaker. So I had the D-Rocker. Tier 3 trommel and tier 5 trommel. So tier 4 shaker, tier 5 trommel, tier 3 jigs. So I had a bit of everything on the plant, and I didn't own the claim. I now own the claim, and I'm full tier 5. The only thing I'm missing is my Franks. No idea why I veered off to the side there. Hate this spot. Traps you. No, you can go sod off, Rasha. Do you know what? I would rather have continued to try and play with my PC crashes the way they were than do another No Franks challenge. I think I'd rather be Billy Bob's bunk buddy than do another No Franks challenge. How do you put up the drill spots per square? Like this, where you click on it and then highlight it. So if your controller, if it's an Xbox based controller, you click on the square by pressing A, then you press Y to highlight it. Oh, if you mean zooming in, yeah. You have to zoom in X amount. And then you can click on each individual spot and it will tell you exactly what was in that core sample. This cold is unrelenting. Just won't stop the sneezing and the coughing fits. It was in full flow yesterday whilst I was getting my motherboard changed over. So I really hope I haven't given my PC a virus. See, I can do dad jokes too. Was there anything else you wanted to know, Anthony? I'm guessing you know where to put magnetite to upgrade, so you can upgrade your blacksmith, don't you? You do. Okay, that's good. Did you go around and pick up all the pumpkins, this leaderboard? Normally, the pumpkins are actually chests with a gold bar in them. But you get a bonus for each one you pick up. Cheaper shop prices, faster run speed, better gold at night, less breakdowns, things like that. Yes, you got all 22. That's all good. Are they not available outside of the leaderboard then? Like in a normal game? Because otherwise that sucks that you can't get the skins if you're not playing leaderboard. That's a shame. I feel like they should have been made, the skins at least, should have been made available to everyone. Like, in a solo game, no bonuses, just the skins if you got them all. Yeah, most of them are in town. I mean, I didn't go in search of the final two until, like, I think the second day of my streams, or the leaderboard. But I got most of them quite easy this time round. So much easier to find them with the glow they got in this leaderboard. Oh yeah, Anthony, if you like the way your car looks, your pickup truck, do not pick up the hood that you see in the scrapyard. It may have an air scoop on it, but any texture or paint jobs or anything like that do not apply to it. and you're stuck with it as well. Well, assuming it saves with it. I mean, I could go over there, do a quick save, grab it to show you, and then do a quick load, and I won't have it. But I'd lose those claws basically on the truck now. I wonder who that is. Do you know, I don't know anyone who makes those bonus location gold location videos, or in this case the pumpkin ones. No one I know makes them. Just like you don't know anyone who's made a bulldozing tip video. Oh, you got it. You like scoops. Fair enough. I just don't like the disruption to the skins. There's a bulldozing tip video. I've heard there is. Didn't someone play it on Denizen? While they were streaming Denizen? You've been watching Old Man. He did most of the pumpkin. Fair enough. God, this, like, what's the time? Nearly 10 o'clock. I'm probably looking at almost double this, so probably about 5k ounces, maybe, for the stream. When I've got my open pit and my Frankensteins, even with just one line, I tend to average around 7,000 ounces an in-game day. Sorry, in a 4-hour live stream. That's 2 in-game days. When I got my dual line last leaderboard, I was averaging anywhere up to 10,000 ounces in 4 hours. That shows you how much slower I am with a pickup truck. Oh, a dump truck. Old man who? He's somebody who waited till he was late in life to start having kids. Actually, I'm surprised he's able to still do as much on his channel with the newborn. I thought you might have had to have cut back a bit more. Only a little bit of a gap. At least I've only got the one. Do you know what? They didn't start swapping the jigs out early until I got the gravel pumps. They weren't doing it with the jigs. But I did notice a different issue with the tier 3 jigs. At one point, I maxed them out. Just to get my maps all equal, you know. And I pulled out the side buckets, tipped them into the gold wavetable, and then put them back onto the empty square, expecting them to swap out with a full one, like they usually do. And it didn't do it. Twice I filled it up like that, and both times the same thing. So they'll swap automatically if they fill up through processing. But if you put an empty bucket on there whilst there's a full bucket underneath the jig, they're not going to swap. They swap on the tier 5s they do. Tier 5 they do. But on the tier 3 ones they didn't. Not unless it was through processing through the plant. That sneeze tried to sneak up on me. I was only just able to hit the mute in time. No. So imagine that you want everything to even out, right? You want to say all your mats have gone really out of sync. So you fill up your entire plant to 100% just to make it an easier clean out and get them all back to base 0. So you got 4 buckets on your tier 3 jigs, 2 underneath and 2 on the side. You grab a side one, throw the concentrate into the wavetable and put it back. Now usually it would auto swap out one of the full ones, but it wasn't doing it with the tier 3s. That's what happened when you lurk and jerk. Sorry, work and lurk. And that's what happens when you glance read chat. Like you're concentrating on driving, so you just take a quick glance at the chat. You normally get the most of what it says, but sometimes you kind of fill in the blanks. We all know you like to lurk and jerk. Ugh. But I'm just going to quickly run toilet again and go blow my nose at the same time. Oh, well, maybe not exactly at the same time, but while I'm there, I'll be right back. Indy, you should not read and drive, but that makes it less fun when I screw up. You know, less likely to screw up. And Azard, he's off to jerk. Look and jerk. I can't believe that one. That one even happened. What's the time? 2 hours. I'll take a look at 2 hours 50 minutes. Try to remember that one. I still need to do these Indy Makes a Punny videos. I have to try and remember. Oh, if any of you guys are interested, there's a free game at the moment on Epic. It's something I've played in the past. It's been quite some time since I played it, but I remember enjoying it when I did. Empyrion Galactic Survival. At the moment, it's free on the Epic Store. It's single player or multiplayer, and I think co-op or PvP if I remember correctly, though I normally stick to the co-op side. A bit of a crappy clean out, this one. 500. Yeah. 880. Didn't even hit the 900 mark. It might be because I'm on the outside edge of the square. You know, maybe all the best gold was in the middle. Only 880. You're getting close to that. On a good clean out or good swap, single swap clean on here will be like 1,000 ounces or more. Or like a really, really good one. An average good would be about 900 ounces. I mean, I remember when the gold totals on this game were different, and a 900 ounce clean out on Nighthawk was all 3 swaps, and that was like the best of the best style clean outs. I mean, back then, if you had a 1,000 ounce square on Nighthawk, it didn't matter how bad the rest of the map was, you'd generally go for that map. It's like finding a 4,000 ounce square now. Hey, Spy. You're skipping this one, maybe when the DLC arrives. We still don't have a date on that yet. But haven't they added it to the store, like, so you can add it to your wish list now? I have. I mean, what are we now? We're in October. There's only 2 more months that they can do it in. So it would either be November off season or December leaderboard. When they were introducing the minis, they kind of had them hidden in that competition picture thing, didn't they? And that was, I think, wasn't that like at the end of one leaderboard? So they gave us the whole off season, and then they introduced it during the leaderboard. Wasn't that like the time frame? If that's the case, maybe it will turn up at the end of this leaderboard then. To be fair, Anthony, most of the bugs in this game are not the current dev's fault. That was the old dev team. They've done a lot to improve. They have. But there are some things they just can't find where the bugs are. Yeah, I am part of the in-house testing as well, Anthony. So bear in mind, if you ever ask any questions, like if you know for a fact that maybe I've seen something and you started asking questions about it, I would not be allowed to say. If it's broke, it's Indy's fault. If a Frankenstein's broke, then yeah, that's certainly my fault. I kind of push those things to the limit, don't I? Yeah, Split used to dominate the leaderboard. He didn't play that one apparently. Oh no, he did barely. He barely touched it. Apparently he didn't play for a while. Then he started playing again. There we go, top of the slot. He kind of had to stop. It was killing him. Not killing him, but it was getting too much for him. The amount of time and effort he was putting in, it was just not enough. It was too much. He couldn't keep it up. I believe he said that when the DLC comes out, he'll do some videos on it, but he won't be coming back to leaderboard. But auto save, auto slave. What the hell? Oh, sorry. That's the cold effect. You mean the the bunged up nose trying to talk properly and can't. The auto save stopped me from closing my thumb on that one. Split used to be the king. Used to be. At one point, he did say if someone ever hit 1 million ounces in a leaderboard, he'd come back, and someone did do it. But at that point, he'd already said, look, I'm never coming back. So. Might end it off a little early tonight. I'll fill this up, do the clean out, and then I'll leave it there. This cold's getting a bit heavier on the throat and nose, making it harder to talk. But it is nice being back though, guys. It's only been like, what, 6 days? Something like that, but I have missed it. I've missed interacting with you guys on this level. And I have to say, you guys have shown a lot of support on the comeback here. Even though, again, it's only been like a week. Right now, we're looking at 49 times 40 minutes. In 20 views, basically, we've had like 40 hours watch time. That's really good. No, absolutely fine, Anthony. If you want to see, right, so did you know, for example, that you can put both jigs in place at the same time, or both TDJ sluice runs in at the same time? I mean, it's only a cold, cowboy. It's just the heaviest part of the cold. It'll break soon. Basically, Anthony, there's some quicker ways to set up your wash plant. A little while ago, I did a live stream where basically I was just having like a chat with one of the devs, and people were asking questions. There were some issues with the chat, but during the live stream, just to be doing something, I was setting up a wash plant, you know, doing claim prep, things like that. If you wanted to look. I could link you to it if you needed it. You hit 75th in seasonal, nice. What am I at? 31st. Oh, that's in max. Although, one more clean out and I'll jump at least 2 positions. I'm 28th on seasonal now. But I'm not doing my seasonal run right now. That'd be worth looking at. Alright, give me a second. I'll grab it. Grab the link. There you go. Like I said, the chat was acting up on that live stream. So so don't rely on reading the chat as you're watching. If you want to see what people are saying in real time, I had to double back and go over chat and read the questions about like half hour behind. One thing I hate about this corner, can't get everything you need to in your field of view. It's where I prefer to go into my preferred digging cam. This one. No. That's my light source. And later on, it'll be my dump truck. I use vehicles as a mobile light source. It's a lot easier. mean, if you get enough mechanics, you don't even need to worry about having the engine turned on. You can just have the lights on and they'll just keep fixing up the battery for you. Catch you later, Anthony. Thanks for watching, dude. Can't remember how much. I think it's either this one or the one after. And then the plant swaps everything over. Where's the music gone? Come on, music. Hey, I wonder if I get to see the random pixels. I noticed them the other day. There was two square shadows that were slowly moving over the claim. Well, they're not here right now. They must have moved over. I'll show you what I mean. Hold on. I don't know if I can zoom this in any further. Hold on. There we go. They were slowly crawling across the claim. No, I had no idea. I tried looking up, couldn't see anything. Get out of the vehicle, they're gone. You can't look up high enough in the vehicle. Really weird. There's birds flying overhead. Minecraft birds, yeah? All the dead birds flying over. Why are they dead? Bears have gone from eating cables to eating birds. You know what? I got two overseers, right? I got one that's level 70 something and one that's level 30 something. And earlier on, one of my mechanics and a cable got attacked by a bear at the same time. Your worker was just hired and got eaten by a bear. I'm on that slope. Yay. You should have called in sick. Do you reckon he has the right insurance? I'm gonna have to do this. Not to dig it up, but to show me where to stop digging. Yeah, the overlay glitch. I mean, I could have used the square next to me, but as a guide, but it's easier. You know what, screw it. That's going to be enough. I don't need a full truck. And swap. Thank you. At least you're doing your job this time. Maybe I would have been better off doing that no notification challenge this leaderboard instead of the no rent with my issues. I would have been further along by now. I must admit, this is making the... so, usually I have the whole thing on all the time, and I swap them out as they're moving. And I've gotten, I wouldn't say really good at it, but I've gotten above average, let's call it. Having it done like that is going quicker. So I think this is going to be my perma setup from now on. Doing it like this. Like, I can leave it on and go back to digging normally. Unless I'm waiting for the buckets. And then when I come back to the clean out, just quickly shut it all off. 176. Oh, this is a bit better. This is going to be over 900. One 7 6 8 6 7 6 9 8 6 9 9 3 4. 934 ounces, I think that one was. So that's not bad. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end this one off here. This cold is getting the better of me tonight at this point. So I want to thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to rate and comment below. It was nice being back with you guys again. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a good night, stay safe, sleep well. Goodbye.